Gaming for your entertainment. Welcome back, everybody, to Kylesk8r24's next part in Mass Effect Legendary Edition number 2. And today we are going to be hitting Kasumi and Zaeed's loyalty missions. Now, quick word of note, we have already gone through Garrison Thane's loyalty missions on the Citadel, so all we did was just fly over to Beckenstein, get the scanning of the planets, and we kind of just skipped that part, and now we're here. And quick reminder before I continue, if there happens to be any outside noises, such as my parrot squawking, or my phone vibrating, or the ice cream truck having to roll through, or even a plane flying over my house, there's not really much that I can do. We're just going to keep going as is, and I apologize in advance if it happens to be distracting. Also, Kasumi and Zaeed's loyalty missions are pretty specific, so different squad member relationships and issues might show up, such as Kasumi being the only squad member in your lineup versus Zaeed with the possibility of, well, dying before you could even go to the suicide mission. And I'll be able to explain that during this mission. There are also other things that I'll probably talk about along the way, not everything. I'll leave certain things for you to explore in terms of previous videos that I've made in terms of my Mass Effect 2 playthrough, as well as the goal of me trying to essentially recruit all of my squad members and get all of the loyalty missions completed for all of my squad members, save for one. So, as of right now, we are at level 20 Soldier, and we're not going to do anything with Shepard just yet. But as for Kasumi, I enjoy using Shadow Strike with a reduced cooldown. So we're just going to leave it at that, and we're going to keep on moving.
You clean up well, Mr. Solomon Gunn. Hawk won't know what hit him.
I assume Solomon Gunn is my cover?
You run a small but talented band of mercs out in the Terminus systems. Precisely the type of person Hawk respects. I took the liberty of giving you a reputation. Papers, witnesses, article in Badass Weekly. Just don't start talking business with him, and you'll be fine.
Remind me, what kind of man are we dealing with?
Hawk's a weapons dealer and smuggler. He killed my partner and stole his gray box. Other than that, he's not so bad. Rich, charismatic, willing to crack open a man's skull to get at the neural implants inside.
I take it I'm wearing this getup for a reason.
You'd look really out of place at a society party in armor, don't you think? You look great. You should wear this stuff more often.
Now's probably a good time to fill me in on the details.
You have been waiting patiently. Our friend Hawk is throwing a party for his closest friends. A couple dozen of the worst liars, cheaters, and mass murderers you'll ever want to meet, all bringing gifts as a tribute to the man himself. Our tribute is a lovely statue of your old friend Saren, rendered with loving detail and filled to the brim with our weapons and armor. You can keep your pistol as long as it's concealed. They won't hassle you over a sidearm. Once inside, we'll make our way to Hawk's vault door, somewhere in the back of the ballroom. Then, we case the security and start peeling away the layers. The statue should be there, waiting for you to crack it open and arm up. Then we just waltz into the vault and take back KG's gray box, and I'll finally get a chance to say goodbye.
You've worked really hard on this. KG must have meant a lot to you.
Was I that obvious? KG's gray box holds a lot of priceless personal memories. It's all that remains of who he was. But the secret he discovered is dangerous. I wouldn't bring you here if it wasn't.
What's in the gray box that makes it worth all this trouble?
The gray box holds KG's memories. Everything from all the codes and plans he stole to all the time we spent together. Wrapped up in those memories is the secret he stole. KG never told me what it was, but the information got him killed.
This ought to be interesting.
That's what I'm going for. This is our stop. After you, Mr. Gunn.
Just one moment, sir. There seems to be an issue with the statue.
Is there a problem here?
No, Mr. Hawk. Just doing a scan.
I don't believe we've met. Donovan Hawk.
I've heard a lot about you. Name's Solomon Gunn.
And I've heard a lot about you. You've been very busy lately, if the extranet is to be believed.
Sir, the scanners aren't picking anything up.
I don't think our guests would come all the way here from Ilium just to cause trouble. Do you? You may pass through, Mr. Gunn, with my apologies. But I will ask your companion to remain outside. You understand, I hope.
Care to explain why my friend has to stand outside?
I don't like the look of your friend, so she stays outside. Simple as that.
No problem. You're the host.
Enjoy the party.
Well, that didn't go as I expected.
Any idea why he'd send you away?
No, we've never seen each other in person, and no one knows what I look like. Just watching his ass, I'm sure. I can't blame him.
What do we do now?
We go on with the plan. You'll just have to do all the talking. I'll stay out of sight and stick with you the best I can. We'll keep radio contact in case something goes wrong. We need to find the door and case the security. We'll figure out the next step then.
Okay, so we gotta locate the vault door, and we gotta get all of the pieces necessary to unlock the vault door. Now, in the past, I have had network issues, so just in case, I'm going to create a new save just as a sticking point. Save 6 on my list of saves was the starting point, so we will see how this goes. Hopefully I won't have any lingering issues.
Oh, that? A quick application of force, a little pressure, and bam! Done.
Thank goodness. I thought those rabble would dog you for years.
I think that's from Ilos, if I'm not mistaken.
Some say Commander Shepard is still alive. Really?
Oh, please. It's wishful thinking at best.
Is that a Prothean artifact? I never actually took the time to really gaze at the artwork in the original Mass Effect 2 Kasumi loyalty mission. It's very interesting, though. So let's talk to Donovan Hawk first.
Mr. Gunn.
We need to case the vault, Gun. You can chat up Hawk later.
Ah, fine. Okay.
Hawk's private rooms are off limits without proper clearance.
I'm dying to get in there, but we have to scope out the vault first.
Yeah, I know. I just want to see if I can have any guests talking in the background.
What's your read on that Archangel guy?
I hear he's dead. Or gone, or something. Good riddance, I say.
You know, funny thing, if you actually did Garrus's mission before hitting Kasumi's loyalty mission, there is a possibility that there is different dialogue there. Chief Rowe.
Chief Rowe, huh? She sounds like a hard act. If we could tap into the guard's communications, I could probably use this information.
I hear Mr. Hawk's vault is exquisite.
Who could know? He never lets anyone near it.
Hawk's bedroom, I believe.
Wow, who's his architect? This is a very impressive place.
Or a very large one, at least.
Very nice. There's more here than I expected.
Saren.
Password-protected voice lock, kinetic barrier, DNA scanner. Looks like an EX700 series. Everything a vault needs to be impenetrable.
This gonna be a problem?
Please, remember who you're talking to. We'll need to get a voice sample for the voice lock. You'll have to go chat up Hawk for that. We'll have to find a password too. DNA, child's play. We should find plenty of DNA samples in Hawk's private quarters. And the barrier? Cut the power. Never fails. If we can find it. KG could get through a system like this in his sleep. And I'm better. Let's get to it.
Alright, so... time to explore more.
It looks like the barrier's power cable runs under the floor here. I'll set your Omni tool to scan for electromagnetic fields.
Well, let's find out. Let's not talk to the security guard just yet. Let's talk to Hawk first.
There he is. All you need to do is keep him talking long enough for me to get a voice print. Pull out the charm on this one, Chet. Whenever you're ready. After you.
Mr. Gunn, hope you're having a good time. That scene at the door hasn't soured your evening, I hope.
So, I'm gonna use the Paragon option here.
I understand the security, but who would dare try to break into Donovan Hawk's home?
Gunn, in our line of work, we attract a certain element. Few understand the pains we take to keep the barbarians at bay. People these days want comfort, entertainment, love. They don't see that the galaxy is fragile. They only have to worry about simple luxuries. Why? Because people like me and you are doing the terrible things that keep the galaxy spinning. This party is for us, the cleaners, the support structure for the galaxy's gleeful delusions of peace. May there always be a market for the things we do.
I said get him talking, and you got him talking. We've got enough of a voice sample. Let him go.
Enjoy the party, Mr. Gunn.
Once we find the password, we can get past the voice scanner.
Well, before we do any of that, I'm gonna make sure...
One sec.
I get everything else.
That should take care of it.
Alright, so... there's two other places that I can think of.
Let me unlock that security room door for you. There we go.
Now, let's just make sure that we save. Save often in this game, because you never know when something like dying or the internet might just screw you over. Okay, so now what we're going to really quickly do is make sure we have squad incendiary ammo.
We can't be back here.
Sweet. have an idea. See what you can find.
Okay, let's see. Let's get the metagel. Wall safe. Oh, yes. Okay. So, believe it or not, this little screen that you see right here is of a Krogan in the Mass Effect iPhone game that Jacob is the main character in. I believe it's called Mass Effect Galaxy, but there is a story behind this Krogan and a story behind Jacob. If you want to pick up the pieces and figure out what I'm talking about, feel free to. But we're going to keep going. Perugia.
Got something?
The password is Perugia.
Huh. That's the name of the man who stole the Mona Lisa. Nice. I tapped their communications. I think we can get past that private room guard. Tell him Chief Rose sent you. Now, I just take the voice sample we got from Hawk and... got it. Now we can crack that voice scatter.
Alright. Just do one more check. If anyone's gonna talk again. Nope.
Did you hear? Santiago took over that refinery on Zoria.
He's such a shrewd businessman. The Blue Suns are lucky to have him.
So we haven't even done Zaeed's loyalty mission yet. So that narrative option would have also been different too. Nope. Nope. Now, the funny thing here is you can sneak into the private quarters or talk to the security guard after you dealt with getting the password Perugia. But let's see if this works when we go, or try to go in to the front door.
Mr. Hawk's private rooms are off limits to guests without security clearance.
I have clearance to go in.
On whose authority?
I have authorization from Chief Rowe.
Okay, 1 second. Chief Rowe, Samuels. Have you given access authorization to Mr. Hawk's private rooms?
They have access, Samuels. They'll stop bothering me.
Got it. Sorry to bother you, ma'am. Okay, you're clear to go in.
Enjoy the party.
So, if we were to have broken in, we would have had to have dealt with more guards. But, there is also another chance where we could deal with more guards.
Look for anything we can get usable DNA from. Just make it quick and quiet.
If we make sure we don't touch anything that'll, well, essentially ring on us. So, for the moment, let's deal with another save.
We can probably get Hawk's DNA off the data pad. He seems to have obsessed over this. But I'm not sure there's enough. Let's keep looking.
That is a similar picture to the one we just saw.
Holographic interface. Won't find a sample here.
No DNA. Looks like Hawk's been trying to crack KG's gray box. Looks like he's missing something. He hasn't cracked the encryption yet.
Alright, so we're not going to deal with the plant or the alarm clock.
No hair, no skin flakes.
The housekeepers must be thorough.
How about the ashtray?
Empty. Too bad. A cigarette butt would have been a good source. Not a great saliva sample, but it's still useful. We're going to need more than this for the scanner, though.
Okay.
The cleaners don't dare touch treasures like this. We can get some skin cells from the dust. That should do it. Let's get out of here.
Okay. Yeah, you only have a limited amount of times where you can actually find different things and get different dialogue. So, lucky for us, we didn't have to deal with two different types of enemy encounters. One being breaking in, the other being touching that alarm clock. So we'll just go back the way we came in and go from there. And now that we have finally gotten everything, we're just gonna waltz past the great box. Well, waltz past the vault.
The barrier's down.
That's what I meant to say.
Password required. Voice ID accepted. Welcome, Mr. Hawk. DNA identification affirmed. Welcome, Mr. Hawk.
Alright. Now we have finally dealt with everything. I'm gonna make sure we save once again.
I'll check
And
for security cams. Go ahead and get dressed.
voila. And now we can deal with our weapons. Okay, so we got the Revenant machine gun from the collector base. I enjoyed the gas plasma shotgun, the VC, the M97 C Viper sniper rifle, the Predator pistol, and this has been my favorite weapon, heavy weapon specifically. And that's fine for now. Alright.
So this is Hawk's vault. Very nice. This scanner will hone in on the gray box. It's not far.
So, before we get to the gray box, I'm gonna make sure I press everything.
Creepy.
Yep. I believe the race of this Prothean statue is actually of the Inusanon, the ones who came before the Protheans.
I could still get money for something like this, even outside the Alliance. Asari go nuts for this sort of thing.
Oh yeah, and that's Lady Liberty's head.
That's impressive. Not sure what it is, though.
To be honest, I don't know what that is either. It's something, but I think only true BioWare fans actually know what that is. And as much as I love BioWare, I don't actually know what that is.
I feel like its eyes are following me. Yikes.
I do kind of wonder who the, which each Krogan, who each of these Krogan are, because there's at least 4 of them. 5.
This looks like Quarian script. Wow. This has got to be old. When was the last time the Quarians wrote on stone?
Too long.
Ugh. Rachni Queen. I guess everything's valuable to someone. Doesn't look like much, but that might be one of the most valuable pieces here. Turian art is rare outside of Paladin. For good reason, I say. Hawk has good taste. I'll give him that. Michelangelo's David. Just... wow. Think we could get this out through the door?
No. If only we could. I'm not going to deal with the medical station just yet.
This is nice. Oddly relaxing.
I'm not sure which game that comes from, but I know this one.
Wow. Imagine that thing coming at you in a dark alley.
If anyone's played Dragon Age, you'll know exactly what kind of monster this is. And they are terrifying. Luckily, we won't find anything like that in Mass Effect 2.
A model of the Kara. It's like a Turian Titanic, the way I hear it.
And look at that, there's a lot more artifacts, but we're not going to get to it.
How did Hawk get Lady Liberty's head? Damn you, Hawk!
If you want to look at the Codex, feel free to look at it, but I'm not going to go through it right this instant. Or ever.
That's a Casa Locust. No, the Casa Locust. The gun that killed 2 presidents. Gorgeous. It even comes with a perfect copy, too. I'm sure Hawk won't mind if we borrowed these.
This might be useful.
Oh my god. There it is.
Don't bother, Miss Goto. It's code-locked. I had a feeling that was you at the door. I knew if it was really you, you'd get through anyway.
You know me. I don't like to disappoint.
I need what's in your grey box, Kasumi. You know I'm willing to kill you for it. I'll admit your skills are impressive. You got into my vault like I'd left it open. But you're still going to die, screaming, just like your old friend.
Let's see you try. This is where your special skills come into play, Shepard. Let's do this.
Alright. Let's do this. Nope, flashbang grenade. Yep. That's what's so special about the flashbang grenades. They can disorient you, but I haven't really used them all that much. There we go. Chief Row, we're not going to deal with it just yet. There we go.
Checking blueprints. There's a landing pad to the east. Let's get out of here.
Joker, bring the shuttle in. Now!
Alright. So we've got 7 meta-gel packs. Just wanted to be sure. Now before we do anything else, I'm going to make sure that I am qualified.
Change weapon.
And ready for anything else we encounter by attaching certain ammo types to my squad mates, my squad mate, and myself. So you've got the disruptor, I've got the incendiary. Let's save one more time just to be safe. And there we go. Oh, here we go. And there's the Ymir mech. Just trying to make sure I'm not screwed here.
Going dark.
Got it.
Got it.
Just gonna make sure really quickly we haven't forgotten any extra ammo drops. There we go. Okay, so there's one.
Damn it! We have to find another way.
We will. I'm not worried. Now, when it comes to DLC missions, especially this DLC loyalty mission, not every one of these will be able to be hackable. If you've seen my various playthroughs from previous parts, you'll know that sometimes, not every time, but most times, I have been able to crack the code in hacking these things twice. Like, right there. This is mainly to make sure that I get double the amount of money, which there is going to be a lot of times where you're not going to be able to get everything, and this is actually the best way to do it. I consider it a cheat, but it's a very useful cheat. just like the Paragon and Renegade choices you could make on Novaria to get 100% Paragon and 100% Renegade, provided you had the amount of points accrued to be able to make that conversation. I call that a cheat as well. If you don't know what I mean, check it out on my Mass Effect 1 video of Novaria. But I consider that hack a very useful cheat as well. So I'm going to make sure that that is completely saved and keep moving forward. This is going to be great. Yep, there we go. And Kasumi is gone. Great. Weird. That Eclipse Heavy was actually covered between the walls. And if you notice, if somebody dies, there is a chance that that person's weapon may not be equipped with the ammo that you have given them. So I just normally double check just in case. Oh. More bye-byes. By me.
We'll take heavier weapons than that to blow those things.
Oh, here we go. There we go.
Than that to blow those tanks.
I know. Volatile tanks. All right, let's shoot this thing. There we go.
That got it.
Don't let them out of there with my property. Come on, Eclipse. Kill Solomon Gunn. Bring the girl to me.
Sure thing.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, hello.
Going silent.
Whoa. That was too close.
Now you see me.
Come on. There we go. Just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything sneaky that I could grab my hands on. Doesn't look like it.
And for me, Kasumi, you know what happened to your boy dog? Boy was
Murderer. Can't get there.
Come on, Eclipse!
Mind over matter. You got it.
Okay, I think we're good. Oh. All right.
This is valuable.
I wonder what killed this deck merc. Definitely wasn't the explosion. Alright. I think we're good to go.
Keep them busy. I'll take care of this myself.
Look. Straight ahead.
Oh, here we go. Well, here we go.
go.
Come on. Okay. We might have a limited time frame here before more reinforcements show up. I missed something. There we go. If I remember correctly, this is the final part before we go ahead and take out Donovan Hawk. Believe it or not, Donovan Hawk is actually voiced by the same guy who voiced Kenneth Donnelly. You can tell by his little accent that he does, where he trills his words. Let's see. Here we go. I think I got through everything. Yeah. Oh, no, I have not. See, this is why it's so important to be aware of your surroundings and see what else you can get. So I probably would have not found that otherwise. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I save once more. Nope.
Could have done this the easy way, Goldblum.
Allow me to show you the hard way.
Okay. So, this is one of the more difficult, well, boss fights, so to speak. Are you kidding me? I wasn't aiming at you, stupid gunship. Really?
Down you go.
There we go. There we go.
Lay down your weapons.
They're to our left. You got it. I'll take care of it.
Yep, and his shields recharge. kind of forgotten how
On our left.
how that works. And my person died. Great.
Taking cover.
Taking fire.
What did you tell your friend, Kasumi? You're doing this for love?
Gunship's back in the full shield. If I can get to the ship, I can take down the shield. Alert. Going silent. Up ahead.
Even if you escape, I'll scour the galaxy for you.
That clearly did not work for you, Kasumi. Okay.
Careful, men. What the...
Got a clear shot. Here we go. Shields down. Let's tear that thing apart.
All right. Oops. That's not what I wanted. That clearly did not work. Oh boy. Oh, come on. Really? Chicken.
They're coming from the front. Look. Straight ahead. Going dark.
Out of this alive, Kasumi.
Alright, now we just finish off the remainder of these guys. And there's our ride. Now, we just gotta make sure that we pick up everything else, because it's actually pretty easy to miss. Some extra med kits, some extra 100 credits, some extra ammo, even though we don't need it. There we go. Some extra power cells that get salvaged into credits, because we did not have to use our handy dandy heavy weapon. And overall, we essentially finished this thing in less than an hour. Minus this next big decision in terms of your loyalty mission. Well, we can't save, so good thing we took him out before too long, or otherwise we would have died and have to have done this all over again, which would not have been fun.
Kasumi, if you're seeing this, it's because I'm dead. The information we found is all here. It's big, Kasumi. If the Council ever got wind of this, the Alliance could be implicated. Kasumi, I encrypted the information to keep it safe. And I uploaded the encryption key to your gray box, so no one could get the whole package. But if I'm dead, and if anyone knows about this, then I've made you a target, my love. I'm so sorry.
Keiji.
I know you, Kasumi. You'll want to keep these memories forever. But you don't need some neural implant to know I'll always be with you. Please. Kasumi. Destroy these files. There's nothing more I can do to protect you.
I can't do that. This is all that's left.
Goodbye, Kasumi. I love you.
Is there any way we can just destroy the information?
No. Keiji's a master at encrypting files. He laced the information into his memories. You can't get one without experiencing the other.
So, here is the thing about Paragon and Renegade. This is not, if not one of the first missions where you can choose Paragon or Renegade, but the implications of the character themselves don't always leave them out to be as Paragon or Renegade. Keeping the gray box will keep the memories alive, but it also means that Kasumi is stuck in terms of being with Keiji Okuda forever. But if you destroy the gray box, yes, it's a Renegade choice, but the issue here is Kasumi won't have to be stuck in Keiji's memories anymore. She can move on, do what she loves doing. So, while I am 95% Paragon and 5% Renegade for this specific Shepherd, this is one of those cases where I am going to be choosing the more Renegade-esque option. But it's for the betterment of certain reasons in terms of not having to feel like you're being wrapped up in a dead person's memories forever, let alone your partner. So, I am going to destroy the gray box.
Hawk knew you had the cipher. I'm sure others do too. It's only a matter of time before someone finds you and the secret gets out.
You're right. I know. It feels like I'm losing him. Again.
If it's easier, I could do it for you.
Okay. Just get it over with. Please.
Yeah. It's somewhat of a somber ending. Trophy earned, broke, blinded, bedlam. You'll likely see a top left black screen right now, but in essence, I just think that that is the better choice so that she can move forward with what she wants to do in life and not be wrapped up in her own past. So, we have gotten all of this, and we leveled up to level 21. And that is A-okay with me. Now, because we have done a loyalty mission, and we weren't stuck in a specific place like the Citadel or Ilium or even Tuchanka dealing with 2 loyalty missions at a time, I am going to actually...
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
...explore the Normandy once again. I'll be doing this, I think, from now on in terms of the remaining loyalty missions available. So, I just want to be able to find new dialogue after each loyalty mission, but...
Commander.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Well, that was a waste. Let's see what Kelly's up to. Before we do anything else, let me make sure that I have saved once again. I'm going to delete this save, and I'm going to now save over this.
I'm surprised by Thane's spiritual side. His psych profile mentioned little of it, and he carries himself with such cold confidence. I'm not sure if I find him scary or sexy.
A lot of women like bad boys.
Oh, I don't know. Good guys are pretty nice too. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Okay, so, I did technically romance Kelly a little bit, but it does not affect my romance with Liara. And on top of that, even if you romance Kelly, you can still romance somebody else. The only issue is if you romance like Miranda, for example, that would essentially trump over Kelly, and there's no backlash behind it. So, yeah. I may have done a little more than one romance over the course of this trilogy so far.
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Good luck out there, Shepard.
Okay, so we got an update on Kylesk8r24, Thane's son. We ended that loyalty mission on a positive note, so we're all good there.
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, personal matters on mind, actually. Got call from nephew. Promising geneticist himself. Just turned 16, got tenure at university. Following in my footsteps. Had to lie about what I was doing. Think he was suspicious. Doesn't matter. Still good to hear his voice.
Kind of wonder if we'll ever get to see a younger offspring of Mordin Solus. Maybe, maybe not. I'd like to think so. Eventually.
Does anyone in your family know about what you really did for the government?
No. No, I'm lying, but won't pry. Solarians curious as a people, but also have social cues. Keep two types of secrets from family. First type, personal or guilt-based, invite suspicion, exploration, puzzle to be solved, reward for curiosity, intelligence. Other secrets, more serious. Dangerous if discovered. Signals discourage curiosity for protection of family.
Why wouldn't everyone give clues that their secrets were too dangerous to be uncovered?
Not conscious. Social, reflexive body language. Can't fake it. Example, yawning perceived as contagious among humans. Subject observes yawn. Sensory input deactivates left periamygdalar region. Subject yawns in response. Social empathy. Also works with Solarian faking signals to discourage curiosity, similar to human faking a yawn. Can try, but effectiveness limited.
I wanted to hear the joke on dogs. I do kind of hate it that they do skip over the end of certain dialogues. I'm not sure why this is now a recurring thing.
Are you calling him because you're worried we won't make it back?
No. Aware survival unlikely, but actually contacted him for family connection. Hard to imagine galaxy. Too many people, faceless. Statistics easy to depersonalize. Good when doing unpleasant work. For this fight, want personal connection. Can't anthropomorphize galaxy, but can think of favorite nephew. Fighting for him.
Your nephew got tenure at 16? Is he a genius or a scientific prodigy?
No, wait. Don't want to insult him. Yes, but not in manner you meant. Remember, Solarian lives short. Mature rapidly by your standards. Don't live much past 40.
I'm glad you got to talk to family before we finish this. And I'm glad we talked too, Gordon.
Honored to be part of this, Shepard. Helped preserve Galaxy before with genophage. Dirty work. Ethically ambiguous. Problematic. Collector's mission simpler, cleaner. We'll be proud to see it in Mordin Solus biography vid. Unless we all die. Proud posthumously, in that case. Regardless. Thank you.
If I remember correctly, I believe that is the last extensive dialogue you can get from Mordin. After that, he'll just talk about his research. Much like most things, it'll be kind of just a refresher on my memory, because it's been a while since I last played the last portion of Mass Effect 2, which was Garrison Thane's loyalty mission, so it's, you know, it's been a few days. But that doesn't stop me from continuing to play this afterwards and figure out what I'm doing next. Oh, and look, my fish are fine. Yay. Okay. Now, do we get anything else? With all of these masks, I would rather want to be able to see Shepard's face in the main and loyalty missions, so that's kind of why I've stuck with something similar to a visor of sorts. Yeah. So, you'll notice that I'm still technically romancing Liara from Mass Effect 1, and yet I am romancing Kelly in Mass Effect 2. Oh yes, I almost forgot. Loyalty mission for Thane, got a new skin. Same with Kasumi, got a new skin. With Zaeed's mission, I think I'm gonna bring another human with me. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just gonna bring somebody that I haven't actually used yet. Sometimes the loyalty missions are pretty much filler. They don't exactly have that very much dialogue. But I do try to think about what would be the best possible squad mate for each mission, even if it wasn't a narrative choice. If it was just for pure power or ability perspective, I would probably choose somebody who is useful with both barriers and shields at the same time.
Hey, Shepard. I really appreciate your help with the Hawkeyes. I know why we had to destroy KG's gray box, but it doesn't make it any easier. Edie has a wicked sense of humor.
Okay.
Or I should say, a really funny lack of one. Sometimes she seems like a person, but when it comes down to it, I can't get past her being a computer.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
If you wish.
The last time we talked, you started speaking about a past event, as if you were watching it.
Drell have perfect memories. We can relive any moment in our lives with perfect clarity. It's difficult to control at times. Some of us disappear into, let's call it solipsism.
What do you mean, solipsism?
When a memory feels as real as life, it's as valid as life. Thinking about a moment brings back the smell of cut grass, the warmth of another's hand on yours, the taste of another's tongue in your mouth. Wouldn't you rather lose yourself in such a memory than spend the night alone, staring at walls of metal and plastic?
Isn't there a risk that you could lose yourself in bad memories as well?
Of course. Remembering the times I've taken bullets is unpleasant. But I can look at my knee and see it's not shattered. The memories that are hard to escape are those of despair.
Isn't that a rather personal memory to talk about?
Forgive me. Lately I've spent a great deal of time reviewing my life. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
You can remember everything that happened in your life?
Nearly. I expect if we remembered the birth trauma, we'd never recover from it.
You can relive every assassination you've ever made?
In perfect detail. Every mistake I made. Every target's last breath.
That sounds difficult. At any moment, you could relive the guilt.
Guilt? No. I've never felt any particular guilt about my contracts. My employers killed them. My body was only the tool they used. If you kill a man with your gun, do you hold the gun responsible?
My gun can't decide right from wrong. You clearly do.
My soul does. But my body is merely flesh. Flesh whose reflexes were honed to kill. Drell minds are different from humans. We see our body as a vessel, and accept that it is not always under our control.
So you don't assume any responsibility for the things you do?
Not every action performed by my body is a result of conscious choices. I take responsibility for those that are. Humans often believe in a soul distinct from the body. A spirit responsible for moral reasoning that lives on after the body's death. Our belief is just a bit more literal.
The last time we talked, you remembered one of your assassinations. Something about sunset-colored eyes?
Ah, that time. Laser dart trembles on the skull. Spice on the spring wind. Sunset eyes, defiant in the scope. A bystander noticed my spotting laser and threw herself between me and the target. She couldn't see me, but she stared me down.
It was odd that you just blurted that out. Just another vivid Drell memory?
No. She was a vivid person.
Did you take the shot?
Not that day.
I should get back to my duties.
Shepard, I appreciate these chats we have.
You've spent a lot of your life alone, Thane.
Work fulfilled me. Reading. I barely spoke to anyone outside my family. It seems there will be no one to mourn me when I die. You're the only friend I've made in 10 years.
The rest of us lose as much as you do when you hold yourself apart.
I found it difficult to sit in the ship's mess for meals. I'm used to keeping my back against a wall, facing the doors. I'm trying to relax. Find my center.
It's so amazing how philosophy works in a character such as him. Okay, so in terms of loyalty missions, I have not dealt with Jacob, Jack, Samara, Zaeed, and the 12th squad member we have yet to pick up.
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
Nope.
Talk to you later, Garrus.
I'll be here if you need me.
I'm kidding. You're fine, Garrus. Okay, so we have exhausted our extensive dialogue options with Garrus. I'm just gonna make sure I double check on everyone else. Oh, and Tally. Forgot about Tally. Though Tally will be much later on. I can tell you that much. But I do have plans.
This mission takes me back. I knew this girl once.
Nope.
Sorry, good head on the shoulders. We had this whole thing going until she sold me out to the blood pack. Put a sour note on the relationship.
Tally's still stuck on her loyalty. Jack's still stuck on her loyalty. So all that leaves is Grunt.
Shepard.
Just checking in. How you doing?
Battlemaster, I have everything. Clan, kin, and enemies to fight.
That's all for now.
Shepard.
Okay. You'll notice that I haven't dealt with any resources yet. I'm gonna wait until after Zaeed's mission to do more of that, because I still don't have enough resources to make it viable or interesting enough to share with you the different types of things that I may be able to get later on. Now, I could technically go through all of the side missions, I'm sorry, loyalty missions, and not do any of the side missions. The issue I have with it is you may lose out on getting extra choices or even extra money to better prepare yourself for the final mission. So even though I'm technically now at level 21, I might get to level 27 and still want to do every single side mission there is, just so I can have the satisfaction of saying, alright, now I've literally done everything I could. However, I am not a fan. I have never always been a fan of planet scanning. I still find it slightly dull, boring, and a waste of time. So what I'm doing right now is doing just enough to essentially do at least just one scan. If it were a rich planet, that would be one thing. Maybe. Some of them I've done 1 or 2 probes. If I happen to find a side mission in the middle of this video, I'm probably not going to go to it.
Launching probe.
I'll wait until the next time. After I do all of, well, as many loyalty missions as I can. There we go.
Launching probe. Launching probe.
Now, I am just doing this planet as well as the planet that deals with Zaeed. I'm not going to deal with the Firewalker side mission. I kind of don't feel like it. But I will do side missions eventually. Just once I deal with most of the other loyalty missions.
Probe away.
I may have mentioned this before, but sometimes my bird likes to squawk or make noises or play in her play cage. She probably dropped something. And that's probably what you heard.
Probe launched.
You know, it used to be very long ago that Mass Effect would have eventually become a property, an intellectual property that could be utilized as a film or a TV series by Legendary Pictures. And Legendary Pictures is essentially a video production company, but they are very well renowned for their visual effects. See any popular Marvel, DC movie, chances are they probably have done it. Definitely not the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but they've done quite a bit. The most recent one that I had seen was Godzilla vs. Kong. Their work is incredible. But back then, back in 2012, they actually had thought of the idea of making a Mass Effect movie or TV series utilizing Legendary Pictures. And just recently, I came under the discovery of that Mass Effect could become the next Game of Thrones, in terms of the variety, the types of lore, the mystery, the wonder. And to a certain extent, I can agree on that, but as much as I love both the Game of Thrones and Mass Effect narratives, do we really want to deal with their endings? Their respective endings? I mean, if you haven't watched Game of Thrones and seen the end, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but let's just say there was a lot to be desired. Same thing with Mass Effect. If you haven't seen Mass Effect before, well, you're in for a treat in terms of the end. Or you got your soul spoiled. But great narratives, but horrible ends? I'd rather not relive that. That's just my personal preferences. Because why bother remaking Mass Effect as is with the trilogy when you could dive into so much more? Such as the Protheans, or the First Contact War, or what happens after Mass Effect 3. There's a lot of work, there's a lot of creativity. So I'll just leave it at that. So, with Zaeed, all we have used is Concussive Blast. Now, we've got the loyalties here. I do want to use a character that has not become loyal yet. Disruptor ammo, Inferno grenade. Blue Suns are going to be the antagonists of Zaeed's loyalty mission. Them and Vito Santiago. So I think Garrus might be a good choice. Miranda is a good choice. We just used Kasumi, so no. We dealt with Grunt and Morden's loyalty missions. let's... I don't want to bring in Tally. AI hacking does not much for me. Apologies, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do first. Concussive Blast we'll already have. Let's bring in Morden. I think that's a good choice. And we'll bring in his new skin. You could practically pick anyone. None of the other squad mates are going to have any special dialogue. Not really. Okay, so we finally have enough to deal with Adrenaline Rush. This is one of my favorite abilities when you use it over time. Now, enemies seem to stand still here with time dilation being longer. Or, time dilation is shorter, but you take less damage. Each of them take a recharge time and a duration of 3 to 5 seconds, respectively. It just means you're choosing between whether you want more time dilation or less health damage taken while under Adrenaline Rush. I'm going to use Heightened. I like having my guys that I'm shooting at standing still. And I'm not using Disruptor ammo on Zaeed because I've already got Squad Disruptor ammo. So I'm not going to do anything else aside from increasing his biggest ability. An Inferno Grenade, once the loyalty mission on Zaeed is over and I use him again, at some point I will upgrade his Inferno Grenade. And I generally don't like Cryoblast, so I'm going to keep it up with Neural Shock. I think we'll have just enough to get to Neural Shock before hitting Cryoblast. Maybe I'll put in some Cryo ammo. I don't know yet. I haven't decided if I think I am going to essentially use the last 9 levels to get Concussive Shot transferred into Concussive Blast. Yeah, I don't feel like using Cryo ammo. As much as I don't want to use it, and I know it's literally the only time that anyone can use Cryo ammo, I just don't like using it. And that's just me. But feel free to use it if you think it is very useful to you. Yeah, that should be fun. Oh, wait. Death Pulse Rifle. Let's have him use that. Okay.
Tapping into Blue Sun's communications. Stay tight and look out for ambushes.
Change weapon!
Not a problem.
Let's create another save just in case.
Squad Bravo, a shuttle landed near your location. Check it out. Here we go. Keep close. Shot in the back and left to rot. That's definitely Vito's style. Let's push ahead.
Oh look, pie jack.
Command to Bravo. Take a position. Likely these people are not runaways. Report to base. Armed intruders incoming at the center.
Now I may not have overload, but I have disruptor ammo.
Should do the trick.
That was not the weapon I wanted to use. There we go.
Reinforcements incoming. We got your backs.
There we go.
Here they come. Save the platform.
Wow. Oh, hello.
Firing an impact gun. On it. They're getting torn to shreds out there. This'll put them down. Hell yeah. Down you go. All squads, pull back.
Just gonna make sure I got everything here. Okay. Gonna make sure I save.
This is Commander Santiago. If any of you retreat while the intruders are still alive, I'll kill you myself. Now get the hell back out there. Vito. Sounds like he hasn't changed.
I get the feeling you have a past with this Vito.
I knew he was a sadistic bastard back when we started the Blue Suns. The Suns only got meaner after he staged his little coup 20 years ago. So yeah, we have a past.
Why didn't anyone tell me you founded the Blue Suns?
Because it's not common knowledge. Vito wiped me out of the records. He ran the books, I led the men. Worked real well for a while. Then Vito decided to start hiring Batarians.
Cheaper labor, he said. Goddamn terrorists, I said.
20 years is a long time to hold a grudge.
A grudge? Vito turned my men against me. He paid 6 of them to restrain me while he put a gun to my head and pulled the trigger. For 20 years I've seen that bastard every time I closed my eyes. Every time I sighted down on a target. Every time I heard a gunshot. Don't you call that a goddamn grudge?
You survived a gunshot to the head?
Yeah. And you survived your ship getting disintegrated. A stubborn enough person can survive just about anything. Rage is a hell of an anesthetic.
No kidding.
We'd better get moving.
They're at the southern axis. All squads mass at the gatehouse. Now!
They know we're here. Bring it on, you son of a bitch!
So yeah, this is more of a personal vendetta for Zaeed Masani, and there are ways, for those who don't know, there are many outcomes in which this specific loyalty mission could go down.
Zaeed Masani, you finally tracked me down.
Vito.
Don't be stupid, Zaeed. I have a whole company of bloodthirsty bastards behind me, ready to kill or be killed on my command. Actually, take your shot. Give my men a reason to put you down like the mad dog you are. Again. What was that? Gone nearsighted, old friend.
Burn, you son of a bitch.
You just signed your death warrant, Masani.
What the hell are you doing?
The Wilhelm scream.
Opening the gate.
We don't sacrifice lives for the sake of the mission. There's always a better way.
Like what? Wandering out in the jungle for hours looking for another way in. You want to waste time out here? Go ahead. I'm gonna kill Vito.
You're endangering lives and the mission for your own selfish revenge.
You really want to do this, Shepard?
I had to knock you the hell out. But thanks to you, we have a burning refinery to save.
Let these people burn. Vito dies, whatever the cost.
Yeah. So we're gonna save here once again, because there is a specific choice here that essentially determines whether you take out Vito Santiago or not.
Help! We're trapped! We can't get to the gas valves to shut them off! The whole place is gonna blow!
No time. Vito's probably halfway to the shuttle docks by now.
You're willing to watch these people die?
Damn right I am. We stop to help these people and Vito gets away. And if he gets away, I'm blaming you.
Forget loyalty.
We're here to free these people. We're going in.
Don't worry, this will help out in the long run.
I knew this was a mistake. If we're gonna do this, we'd better get to it.
So I just started hearing a family member of mine returning from work, probably doing more work from home. So if you happen to hear my family actually talking over in the background. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do in terms of that. So, we're just going to keep going, just like I said in the beginning of this video. Oh, hello. Let's redirect that fuel. Charred human. Alright. Salvage some of that. Nothing here. Yep. Oops. Nope. Where is that refined palladium? Oh. There you go. Probably should have gone around, but... ah, what the hell.
I'll take it.
Some more heavy weapon ammo. There we go. Now in our journal, we did save the trap workers. We got a few of those other side missions right there, but we'll do it eventually. And now, we'll just drop right here. Now, if we were to have not saved the workers, we would have immediately gone through that door straight over here and gotten that much closer to Santiago. Oh yeah.
This looks interesting.
I am not a fan of this weapon, as much as we just picked it up. Which does mean I am at some point going to have to find another place to get some ammo. Or change out my weapons. Alright, so we have officially gone around. Nothing to see here. And now we get to change out our heavy weapon. But that does also mean I have to change out my weapon. I have to redo my ammo types on myself and on my squad members, since I got squad incendiary ammo on both my incendiary and disruptor ammo.
Not a problem.
Rearming.
Of course.
Okay. Now we can't save, but we will keep going. And that is our autosave.
Bring me Masani's head. Get something special in their paycheck.
On it.
I took your blue sons.
Firing kickstart through the door.
There we go.
Get ready to fight.
Moving in.
Firing an impact. Shot.
Indeed. Moving in. Enemies inbound.
Shoot it! Bring it down on top of them! Shoot it down!
Oops. Hey, you said to shoot it down.
Trouble ahead. Just the thing to help.
Okay, so now it's just me. I'm not gonna use my metagel just yet. And here we go. Now is the time to use the metagel.
safe zone.
Alright. Now I'm pretty sure we dealt with everybody. No.
Change weapons.
Here we go. Nope. Okay. Just needed to double check. Alright, you guys got... yeah. Alright, well... this is pretty much it up to this point. Yeah. Both of these loyalty missions are pretty quick once you know what you're doing. But then these next choices are going to be very interesting for those who haven't tried it.
This time, Zaeed, you son of a bitch. See you in another 20 years.
You got pretty close, though.
You just cost me 20 years of my life. Ah, son of a bitch. Oh.
Zaeed, you alright?
The hell do you care? I'm fine. Now come on, get me out of this shithole.
I'm not sure I need a man like you on my ship.
If you didn't need me, Cerberus wouldn't have paid my fee. I'll do what I was paid to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Now stop screwing around. Let's go.
So, funny thing about this decision, if you got Zaeed after the suicide mission, there would be an actual conversation right here where you could just let him rot. This wouldn't really have given you much, aside from his loyalty. This will get you some really good Paragon if you chose the Paragon side, and I believe there is a Renegade option here. I don't think so. If you did, you would have dealt with Vito Santiago through Zaeed, so...
You put your own goals ahead of the mission. That's not the way this works.
I've survived this long watching my own back. No time to worry about anyone else.
Trophy earned, revenge.
You're part of a team now, Zaeed. There's no way we can do this unless we're all working together.
You have a point. I'm not done with Vito, but I can put that behind me long enough to get your mission done. Let's get the hell out of here.
Alright. Now we have managed to get another 750 experience and get to level 22. Now we're going to do one more check around the Normandy and find any other additional
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
unique dialogues or other things to check out. Joker does occasionally give you some pointers about each of the squad mates that you bring in your missions, which I have done.
Commander.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. Zaeed is like you, but takes checks. As long as it's not my money, we're good. No surprise, Morden acts superior to everyone, like he's got tenure at FU. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
This is like an ad. Alright.
That Kasumi is an interesting addition to the crew. I can see why she's good at her work. She never reveals anything meaningful about herself. It's all on the surface. It'll be a challenge getting to know who she really is. Anyway, what's up?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Good luck out there, Shepard.
Okay. We'll talk to Morden in just a second. So, we'll feed the fish. And that's pretty much it. We've already dealt with the armor locker once. I don't really need to do it again. Now, as of right now, Thane, Krios, and Kasumi Goto are the only ones who I would consider for there to be other available dialogue to talk about. So we'll do that really quick, and I believe we need to talk to Zaeed about the results of the loyalty mission and the choice we chose. But aside from that, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna do that really quick.
People are talking out there, and I hear it all. You really dodged a bullet down there. It took us to stand up to Zaeed, but I'm glad you did. This one security guy keeps staring at me. I think his name is Bert. I'm used to being watched by security, but they're usually staring at my eyes or watching my hands. I might have to start cloaking through the CIC from now on.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Very well. I had been recording a message for Kolyat.
How are things going with it?
It is difficult. All things worth keeping are. I never explained. I suppose the story of my wife's death took you by surprise.
I figured you'd explain to me when you were ready.
I appreciate your patience. I kept my work clear of our home life. I assumed that would be enough to protect Irika. That memory I mentioned before. Laser gun terminals on the target's skull. The smell of spice on a spring wind. Sunset eyes defiant in the scope. That was Irika. That was how I met her. She saw my targeting laser as she walked by and threw herself in the way.
So how did she go from blocking your shot to having your children?
I had to meet her. The memory possessed and endowed me. I fell on my knees before her, begged her pardon. She introduced me to the world beyond my work. Eventually, she forgave me. Later, she loved me.
I guess she impressed you.
She woke me up. Her body trembles, not fear. Indignation. Her mouth moves. How dare you? You and I trained to sacrifice ourselves to save others. How often does a civilian step in the way of a bullet to protect someone they've never met? I thought she was the goddess Urashu. She met my eyes through the scope, and my purpose faltered.
When you talked to Kolyat, you said she died.
I let myself become complacent. I thought Irika and Kolyat were safe. I stayed away too long. and my enemies came for her.
Who came for her?
Azarians, a slaver ring that was preying on Hanar outer colonies. I'd killed their leaders. They paid the Shadow Broker to find out who I was. But they were afraid of me, so they went after her.
There was a jump cut right there. I don't know what that was.
You told Kolyat that you hunted her killers down.
Irika woke me up. When she passed, I returned to my battle slip. My body hunted her killers, murdered them. I was taught to grant death quickly, cleanly, to minimize suffering. Then, I let them linger.
You were operating on instinct. By your own rules, you can't blame yourself.
But I made the choice to hunt them. They're the only lives I've ever taken of my own choice. The only deaths on my own conscience. I haven't spoken about my wife, and I don't think I ever have. I didn't have anyone left to tell it to.
Thane, the worst thing is to face death with regrets. You're part of my crew, and I consider you a friend. If there's anything I can help you with, just ask.
I've never been part of a team. Assassins tend to be solitary. I'm learning the virtues of facing death with others at your side. It's a work in progress.
I think that conversation is where you can actually deal with getting a possible romance option for your female shepherd.
Back for another lesson. Hell of a mission down there on Zoria. Can't believe Vito got away. 20 years of tracking gone, just like that. But I gotta let that go. We have more important things to do. Doesn't matter who you are. You got a gun in your face, chances are good you'll do what the other man says. Only two types don't buckle at that point. Trained killers and psychopaths. A lot of people can't tell the difference.
Alright, so we got one more thing to do, and that is checking out our resources and seeing what we can buy from here. Once I talk to Morton again.
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Having trouble working between your interruptions and Edie's insistence that insane experiments endanger entire crew. Hard to concentrate. Affecting morale. Anything else?
I'll let you work.
We'll be here if you need me.
Alright, so, the research terminal. We did not get much. But bit by bit, we are getting there. And I think that's pretty much it. Alright, well, that concludes part 10 of Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition with Kylesk8r24. If you like what you see, please feel free to check out my YouTube channel, Kylesk8r24, for your daily doses of entertainment, as well as all of the various videos that I do aside from gaming walkthroughs. So, without further ado, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, everyone. This is Kylesk8r24, signing off.